Pop punk is a subgenre influenced by pop, punk rock, and emo music.
My favorite type of music has to be pop punk.
Right now my favorite type of music is either folk punk or emo, but pop punk was my favorite genre for several years.
I don't think there's just one type that I like. I like everything.
Early punk influences such as The Descendants, The Smiths, and The Misfits grew in the US and the UK.
Pop punk is a genre of music where it's like rock and roll, but like a little bit more harder, but not as hard as like metal though.
I would describe pop punk as quite literally what the name is. It is a blend between pop and punk, the kind of the angst of punk vocals with pop undertones in the music itself. And pop punk has grown to be a really big subculture over the last few years.
I think pop punk is punk music that was really catchy and was mainstream and was basic enough to be on the radio.
The beginning of modern pop punk is attributed to have begun in the early 90s with bands such as Green Day and Blink-182.
For pop punk, the most influential artist is probably Blink-182. Like even that's how I got into pop punk, and just they are inspirational to like most of the bands nowadays too.
I would say for the roots of pop punk, I think Green Day would be the most influential band because no other pop punk band has taken off quite like Green Day did, unless you want to consider Blink-182, but even still, I would say Green Day has had more of an impact on music as a whole than Blink-182. But right now, I think for modern day pop punk, I would say the Wonder Years are the most influential because they're just really killing the whole game right now. Everyone in the scene loves them, and they kind of, like Soupy is the head of pop punk right now.
I would say the most influential band that's considered pop punk is probably Blink-182.
Their mainstream popularity paved the way for bands like Yellowcard, Newfound Glory, Fall Out Boy, Sum 41, and Good Charlotte. They are all categorized as early pop punk.
Took her out, it was a Friday night, I woke alone to get the feeling right.
Attention from MTV and the media helped these bands gain traction and rise to top 20 fame with singles like Ocean Ave and Sugar We're Going Down. After 2009, the decline in mainstream popularity occurred. The second wave of pop punk, although not with the same popularity from 2010 till the present, has its own brand of music and style. The roots lie in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and California. Bands like The Wonder Years, The Story So Far, Man Overboard, Real Friends, and Modern Baseball are all part of the renaissance of pop punk. There are many symbols associated with pop punk, like pizza, crying, dogs, hockey, tie-dye, and getting out of your town. Some people embrace the new stereotype of pop punk.
Stereotypes of the new days, like nowadays, pop punk it's about accurate. Like with pizza, everybody loves pizza, but like pop punk, like I only eat pepperoni pizza. What else? Like I wear tie-dye shirts like 24/7, jeans. Yeah, I guess I'm literally the stereotype pop punk.
While others resent it, and the music itself for it.
Hello, my friends! How are you guys feeling out there?
I think from the outside, a lot of people slander pop punk a little bit, saying it's just really whiny, I hate my dad music. And I think to an extent they're right, because I feel like a lot of kids in that subculture now just really are there to be whiny.
This song goes out to anyone who's been pissed at their parents. This song goes out to my mom and dad. Give it up for all the other bands that played. We're a band called Sunrise Skater Kids from Baltimore. I love looking at all your beautiful faces. I'm so stoked. That was sick. That was so tight. It would be very beautiful if I could see some crowd surfers out there.
I feel like pop punk has a good reputation, like how it started in its roots with Blink and Green Day. But then I'm more of a fan of the newer reputation of it, like the 2012s to nowadays, like including Real Friends, Modern Baseball, State Champs, and new bands like that.
Even though I detest pop punk now, I can't really hate it too hard because pop punk was one of the first genres I found myself getting into, and it is really a coming of age genre that helps you learn and helps you grow up and be less angsty.
There was a time in my life that I listened to pop punk, probably in middle school. I think that Blink-182 and Yellowcard and Fall Out Boy were on the radio because that was the only means of listening to them. Now there's Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all these other websites that you can look up bands online, but it wasn't like that when I was in middle school.
Walking on the beach in the summer with my friends. I can never be the cool kid. Getting out of this town with my friends. Keep supporting your local scene.